kind of connecting what we have with the election season and now into the holiday season. You know what the conversation is, or the lack thereof, or the try to avoid conversation, and that is just the difference in opinions that people have. And specifically in an election year, of course, whether your candidate won or your candidate lost or your party won, I'm wearing this hat because we're all red, white, and blue since 1776. Yes, we're lucky to have elections, and we're going to talk about that first. The fact, kind of the road of how we as citizens, we as human beings have developed this system that allows us to be able to have our voice heard and vote. Now, you're not always going to win every vote. You're sometimes going to lose the vote, and that doesn't always taste very good. But we have to understand the fact that we do have that vote is something that's we got to hold on to. And we can't let it get so polluted, and we can't let it get so corrupted where it doesn't hold that value anymore. And then from that, again, back to kind of tying it back into the home, because we should have, faith, we should have our family, and all those things should be connected, and we have our freedom. And that's what we can have. Those three F's, I guess, is what I'm going to talk about here today. That in the United States, we still have. We have the right to our faith, we have our family, and we have our freedom. But so much of that division that is in our families, or in our communities, or in our countries, our country or countries, it has so much to do with different of opinions, but also, just sadly, in recent years, it has to do with propaganda and brainwashing, if you want to call that, in so many different ways. And as I say that, one side might say, well, you're brainwashed from propaganda. And the other side says you're brainwashed from propaganda. And I want to, scream at both of them and say, yes, maybe everyone is, because we can go down a little rabbit hole and see where and how they have used propaganda right in front of our face. And maybe the biggest way, because of new technology and just the overbearing just force of the media, and whether it's on TV, or whether it's on your cell phone, or whether it's watching a movie or listening to music. We'll get into it, but propaganda has been thrown at us hard, and there's some ugly things around that as well. But before we get into anything of that, remember, it is Thanksgiving, and whether you got family or friends, or you got just that connection to God, there is something to always be thankful for, and I want you to remember that. So let's get into it now.